myth, the legend. It was a silver car at the start.
Yeah.
And then it came into Strath Creek. This is after the fires, of course, way after. The shed's up.
Yeah.
And you rubbed it down.
Yeah, practically.
You and...
Dave, mainly me. Dave helped with a little bit of the fabrication work. And, practically, we pulled it apart. Wayne said, this is what we're going to do to it, and that was it.
See, I didn't know he had plans. I knew he had plans to build one.
Yep.
We talked about it, and as you say, I was overseas.
Yep.
I came out a few times and saw the property, and then it was gone.
The first time I seen you, we done a billy cart day at the racetrack.
Yeah.
We done a billy cart day at the racetrack, and you showed up. You done some filming and some photos.
Yeah.
With the girl with the rabbit ears. It's weird.
That I was with.
Yeah, you brought a girl up. She had weird rabbit ears.
I remember that day, and we went all around the property. That was before the fires, and I think that would have been that would have been around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it burnt down the 9th of Feb. Isn't it? Black Saturday, 9th of Feb?
No, that's my birthday, 9th of Feb.
Is it?
Maybe the 7th, something. Yeah, I think the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were at a wedding.
And you lost your Corvette.
Yeah.
A lot of cars went down, a lot of Falcons actually that were in the workshop that luckily got their
I had an XD there.
money back eventually. Burnt to the ground.
Yeah, no, everything was gone.
Everything was gone. And that Moffat Falcon went up, the BA.
Yeah.
The GT40 shell.
Yeah.
So the donor car comes in. What was the communication between you and Dad about what was going to happen?
Honestly, he practically showed me the drawings and said, we're going to build this. And I still remember him saying that once we build this car, that's it, the HO will take off and, everybody will froth over it. And which, to be honest, they didn't for probably 2 years, and then they did, yeah.
But it was funny. He knew people were going to be back into the XE shape, didn't he?
Yep, 100%.
But people thought he was a bit nuts. I remember people even buddies of mine were like, it just hadn't happened yet, but he knew.
Yeah. But he said to me, once it hits about the 25-year mark, they start getting popular again.
It's once the people who grew up with them can afford them.
Probably all the kids that idolise them, when geez, I'd love to have one of them.
And he talked about the fact that the cars afterwards didn't have a hero, like the coupe. No one wanted to buy the coupes either.
Yeah,
the coupe
exactly
had the hero car in the Mad Max Interceptor.
Yeah, that's right.
And these had Dickie Johnson.
Yeah.
The green stuff and True Blue for XD. So yeah. And you'd never built one before, obviously, and that was your introduction to the whole Phase Autos HO world.
Yeah, practically. Yeah. I remember saying that and thinking that, like, who does this guy think he is? Like, he must think he's Chip First. And then when we went to Summernats, when I did that interview on that radio Revhead or whatever up at Summernats, I can't remember the guy who was interviewing me and what his name was, but he knew Wayne and knew Wayne's story. And he actually said to me, he goes, if to describe him, he's probably the Australian version of Chip Foose. And I was like, fucking what? And then, so...
Essentially, you kind of, this car, which is a fucking beautiful job, was your first go at it.
Yeah. At the flares and doing the fab work and everything like that, pretty much.
Yeah. So you'd done a lot of fab work before, but you'd never, exactly. The
so
flares,
practically Wayne...
Wing, roof spoiler, fins.
So Wayne drew up to some, templates. Had some plastic, had some templates. He pretty much said, look, this is where we've got to cut it. This is what we've got to do. This is how we go about it. So, and pretty much just followed what he sort of designed up. That we come into a few little issues that we just had to work along the way. Just front wheel hitting a few certain spots on the guards and just... Well, I think back in the day, everything was just cut raw. It was all pretty ordinary. So, and
it was ordinary.
Yeah.
And rushed.
When you have a look at some of the original ones, they're pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
except the very first one that I've looked at a few times. That's really good. I mean, they were able to spend a bit of time on that one, obviously.
the silver one, no?
The silver one, it's now black. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the build is happening. It's coming along.
Yep.
And then obviously Dad gets a little more. He got sick quicker than we all expected.
Yep.
And went downhill pretty quick, and there was a rush job.
Yep.
So do you want to jump in and your recollection of that?
We'd stripped the car. Luckily, we'd done the fab work. We'd pretty much had all the flares, everything like that, all bolted up, all pre-bolted up, and was going to do the engine. So
instead of saying, let's say there was we're going to describe this guy as the man who shall not be named because he's a rotten scumbag.
So he had the car for a long time and didn't do anything to it.
Also took a lot of money off my father, dying man, and reportedly spent it at a casino. Allegedly.
Yeah. I remember having a conversation with him about the money. So, it's about stealing money off a dying man. Yeah. So, which he, swore black and blue that he never took the money. He agreed. He knew he took the money. He just said he was always going to come good with the goods that he got the money for, which it never happened.
Anyway, so what happened is, essentially, come Christmas, what happened is Dad had possibly a month or so to go. So, a little more than that. I think we weren't sure. And a lot of, 3 months' work had to be done in a month.
Yeah.
I mean, to be simple about it.
Well, practically, I've still got on my timeline on the Facebook page. When we got the car back, we had 8 days to paint it and put it together. And we called on a lot of favours. And from a few mates of mine and Chris, your Mr. brother David, he come up a lot, and got it all together. Luckily, the interior done. I don't know who did the interior. I'm lost on that one.
Yeah, for some reason, none of us can remember who did the interior. So if anyone out there happens to know, let us know. But Chris Finnan deserves a lot of credit, and Teo from Blue Power Racing Developments. Obviously, Deno deserves most of the credit. And who else would you like to name as helping out in those dying days?
Yeah, Dave, like I said, David came up. Dave, who helped with the fabrication early, done a fair bit of work. Wayne pulled his finger out in that last, as sick as he was. Pulled his finger out in the last few days. Wayne was doing the tail lights, so they actually masked all the tail lights up. I can remember painting them, but it was like in the last week, like Wayne masked all the tail lights up and done those sort of things. So it was pretty hectic, but there wasn't much sleep in that last week, that's for sure. And
then he essentially was housebound quite quickly.
Yep.
And I remember it so well that we took the car over on the back of Chris Finnan's.
So they jumped on board. They jumped on board on after the All-Ford day. So to get the car running.
That's right, because that whole issue for ages of how it was going to be weighed down because it had no engine.
So
right.
we did get an engine in it for the All-Ford day, but the car wasn't running. We put that in on the night before, I reckon it was only a week or two after the all 4 day. Yeah, Wayne really went down.
Yeah, that's right. Because all the body work and everything was done at the all 4 day.
And I'm pretty sure
that was essentially looking at as now.
Yeah, and then it went to Chris's, and he got it running, and then he brought it up.
Well, actually, it also, I think, before that, went to the Alan Moffat the Alan Moffat Day out at the racetrack where he first raced, which
he did too.
Me.
Yeah, no, yeah. He did. Yep, he did. Yeah,
and that was kind of I remember that being. I think from then on, I don't think we left Strath Creek.
Yeah,
because we felt okay.
Yep.
And that's then right. Chris Finnan and Teo and Jimmy Morrison helped out, and we put it on the trailer, took it around and wheeled Dad out onto the veranda and started it up for him.
Yeah, he wasn't well enough to get down the steps or anything like that. Yeah.
But he was able to sit in it at the all 4 day. He sat in it for a while.
Yep. No, at the all 4 day,
he was still standing. He was weak, but he was standing around. Yeah.
I got to the all 4 day late because I hadn't slept practically for the week. That's just, I hadn't slept. Yeah. And I remember being at home. I left Campbellfield. We put the engine in it, loaded it up on the truck, and it went down to Geelong, and I went back home. And practically it went to bed. And I remember my wife, Kate, she came out and said to me I got home at around 8 o'clock or something in the morning, and Kate goes to me, "You're going to Geelong?" And I was like, I can't. I haven't gone to sleep. She goes, "If you don't go, you're gonna regret it, forever." So I rang a mate because I couldn't drive because I was sleep deprived, and he drove me down to the all 4 day. Yeah, and we went down there, and Wayne was good. He was pretty chirpy. He was good, but you could tell that day that the same deal. Sun was out, it was shining in the car, and in the row of cars, you had 20 cars. This one just popped.
Yeah, it was flies on shit. Yeah. We've got the photos of just people standing around and wow, what's that? And that sense in the air. I mean, they're the diehards too, so I guess it starts with them and then it branches out.
Yep.
And then I really love the story of you going in to see Dad the last time.
Yeah, so I go in to see Wayne, and it was the day before he died. I reckon even maybe that afternoon.
I mean, if it wasn't the day before, it was,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he passed away the next day or that night that you told me. But yeah, I did. I went in and seen him, and I'm pretty sure it was that same day that the Blue Power Boys, I'm pretty sure, brought the car up. And he came out, heard the car start, everything like that. And like you said, he was going downhill pretty quick and he got pretty tired. And he just said, I've got to go back to bed. And he went back to bed. And, walked in, said, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And he just put his hand up, held my hand. And he's like, "Make sure you just get that red car finished, mate." And I just looked at him, I started laughing. And I was like, that's all you fucking got to say to me. Like, after all these years and everything that we've done, that's all you got to say to me. And he just smiled. Yeah, smiled and sort of, let go of my hand, and that was it. And that was the last thing I said to him, or he said to me. So that was it. Make sure you get the red car done, mate. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
He appreciated that. Yeah. That was his way of saying thank you. Yeah, it really was.
Nah,
because he knew you'd be attached to that car forever.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, haven't seen it for a while, but...
There was for so long they were considered just square.
Yeah.
These square boxes. And it's not that there isn't a square shape to them, there is, but that was in fashion at the time and it was out of fashion for so long. And I think I think now with car design, it's just become so messy. It's like there are lines all over the joint now. And these is just, look at these beautiful, like the square shape and simplicity of the design is really appealing. Then you put these flares on it, and it's like boom.
I do remember him talking about he wanted it even sharper. So, but they just couldn't do it. They didn't have the tooling. Like all these lines, he wanted them sharper. 'Cause that was one of the things, like that's sharper than factory as it is there. And that's, he always said to me, make the lines as sharp as possible in a sense without losing too much. I think it was a 5-cent piece or something like that he showed me? It might have been the edge of a 50-cent coin. He was showing me the sharpness or something like that. Ford didn't have any tooling or more to get that radius and everything like that. So he wanted all these lines, everything like that, as sharp as possible. And they just didn't have the tooling to make it.
And you'd sharpen these up.
Yeah, a little bit. And it was the same. That's why we did this black. He always wanted the windscreen to come down in his original design. So, and I remember when the first time I did that black, I was just like, what are you doing? You know? And he's like, no, I want it to make it look like from a distance that the windscreen comes all the way down. And I'm like, that ain't gonna work. Then we did it and I walked away. I'm like, yeah, okay. That works all right. And now it just looks totally normal to me.
No, it does create a length and a depth that is, it does fool the eye a little bit.
Yeah, 100% it does. And I'm pretty sure, like, I can still remember a conversation we had about these. And these were an afterthought on the XD.
Door handles.
Yeah, the door handles. And I'm sure there was a similar...
How are people going to get into the car?
No, I'm sure he said to me there was the EA door handle was the original, a similar design to that. And they just, same deal, they didn't have the tooling to do it. So, and then they ended up coming up with this.
It was going to be like a flush.
Yeah, more
handle,
of a little, flush, like a plastic setup. Yeah, a little bit more modern, but they just, same deal, back in the day, they didn't have the tooling to make it happen. It's a long time. Not very rude, how long's it been gone on yet?
How long's it been gone for?
Yeah.
From Strathcree.
No, just what year?
Oh, how long's Dad been gone?
Was it 2009?
2012.
12.
May 2012. So, yes, 13 years.
Yeah. It's gone quick. But one went out, that's one.
It's not a bad place to work, man. 120 grand for those wheels. People reckon the HO wheels are expensive.
Yes.
New set of rims, anyway? The only other question I'd ask is when are you building one?
Soon. No, I don't know.
You've been saying soon for 10 years.
Well, I've had one. I've had one sitting there for 10 years easily. Yeah, just don't have time. Have family, have kids.
Yeah.
Got twins, mate. So no, we are soon.
Soon. We're going to hold you to it.
Yeah,
Soon is anywhere from 6 months to 6 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
6-year limit.
Within the next 5 years.
Okay.
Next 5 years, we'll start building them.
Print it.
Still haven't worked out the car yet.
It's a good looking car.
It is. It is. No, he did always say, like, he always said, mate, build this car, and they, you never have to worry about anything. nostalgia.
So that was Deno. He's just such a good guy. He's a great guy. He's part of the family. I haven't seen him in a while, so that was good. And, you know, there were a lot of people involved in this car, but really, if you had to pick one person who built it, it was him. And Dad cherished him and passed on a lot of knowledge, and, you know, was a bit of a mentor, I guess, to Deno for a while. And, you know, being around Deno makes me feel closer to Dad. You know, that happens with people, and he's one of them for me. It's good talking about old times. I wish I saw him more often. It's good seeing you, Deno. We're going to do that more often. We need a few drinks next time.